Hello, this is Geeks Assembled Audio Heads, and today we're discussing a Colin Baker story called Industrial Evolution. And with me is Lee, and we are, and he's gonna perhaps be able to better connect this to what we're reviewing this week as we review Mark of the Rani. But at this point, I'm confused as to the timeline, but I did enjoy this audio. So I'd like to find out what Lee thinks, and please also give us the cast lowdown because I just didn't get that up. If you would please, thanks.
Yeah, okay. Well, of course it's a Sixth Doctor audio with Colin Baker. Evelyn Smythe, his companion, played by the late great Maggie Stables. Also the other companion, Thomas Brewster, played by John Pickard. This is set in the Victorian era, in Lancashire in England, of 19th century, in the height of the Industrial Revolution. This is, when machinery took over the manual labour of men, and this is why there was uproar in the few years before that with the Luddites and all like that. So, which we will be discussing in another classic Who, maybe tomorrow. Yes. And this was actually chosen at random by me the other week. I just I didn't see the connection until later on. But yeah, it's in the Industrial Revolution, or Evolution, as this story is called, by Eddie Robson. So yeah, that's the cast, the main cast. But you say you've guest cast. You've got Rory Kinnear, who's a famous actor, English actor, the famous son of another big comedian. And you've got Hugh Ross in this, John Banks, Warren Brown. There's good casting in this. So that's the cast opening and the sort of setup for the story. And it's where the Doctor in a previous story had left Thomas Brewster behind, because we all know Thomas Brewster's he's not bad, but he's all for himself, and making a bit quick buck, quick penny, doing things wrong. But the Doctor and Evelyn stayed behind just to sort of keep an eye on him from the distance. Then, of course, this is where the story starts. Something happens. An accident, and the Doctor gets involved, and it's weird, but it's a good story of man, machine, alien technology all becoming one sort of thing. So yeah, that's my opening thoughts. It's a good little tale, this one. So over to you, Susan.
Thanks, Lee. So I enjoyed this. I think that the Sixth Doctor and Evelyn Smythe are adorable together. They are so cool. I mean, they're snarky and they're intellectually astute, and they have great banter back and forth, and it's just fun to hear her. I can't tell you what a loss it was to Doctor Who to lose Dr. Smythe, to lose, Maggie. So yeah, but to re-engage with this story, it is interesting. It's a bit like Spare Parts, because it's like the creation of biomechanical unity type deal. That's fun. And the other thing that's really interesting about it is that certain characters that you think there is a twist, and you find out you don't really know them at the end, and or even halfway through, some of them. And one of those characters is someone who you have assumed in in the way he relates to his daughter about how he is a human, but no, not really. And so yeah, there's some really funny moments in it. I mean, just sort of like, oh, like giggle, like slap your leg kind of thing. And yeah, and uh the amount of vitriol that the Sixth Doctor can put on somebody, he doesn't put on on Thomas at the end. He just kind of like goes, okay, there's a boundary here, no further, and he pulls away. And anyway, Brewster goes off with the other guy and forms a company called Brewster and Bignell or something like that. Anyway, that's fun. Um, yeah. So those are my opening thoughts. What are your favorite moments, Lee, or things that you change?
Um, I think the setting is a brilliant setting and a good idea. I mean, the Industrial Revolution hasn't really been touched upon a lot in Doctor Who. As I say, Mark of the Rani, in this audio, I think maybe in a couple of books, but nothing solid. Yeah, for me personally, I like the actor's name, Hugh Ross as Robert Stretton, the father who it's such a great performance. Um, you know, with his daughter, and then all of a sudden, he saves his daughter by getting her out the home, but he in turn gets trapped, and then sort of after that he's changed in more ways than one. He's one with the earth, one with one, and the Doctor soon sort of pulls the veil away from all that, and it's all pistons and flesh, and which brings a great picture to your mind. You can imagine what it's like. Um, who else is there? I mean, John Pickard as Thomas. It's always good to hear Thomas Brooks. I mean, he didn't do that many stories, but you never know. He could return. You never know. And you say Rory Kinnear as Samuel Belfridge, the alien among them, which is the comedic part of the story, because he's very funny. He has got some great one-liners. And this one is also Evelyn Smythe, a very calm Evelyn in this one. She doesn't lose it a lot. She's sort of the rock of the story. I think because she's in a sort of a familiar setting, Earth, but a different time period. But she's not on an alien planet. She's not. I mean, the alien threat is on the planet, but it's all disguised, as flesh. But, and say when the machines start to become, a life of their own, is a great scene as well. Really well written, directed well. Nicholas Briggs, of course, directed this one. It's Eddie Robson. He's written a good few Doctor Who's, but this one I'd say is up there with some of his best work. I can relate with the accents they use, the Lancashire accent. I mean, Lancashire is not far from where we are. I'm in Yorkshire, Lancashire, Lincolnshire, all like that. We're all up north, so so it's a good story. Over to you, Susan.
Yeah, I enjoyed that bit where the father had changed, and he's like, uh, the doctor said, "Hey, listen, I think that if I cut you, you would not bleed, and if I hit you, no, it was Thomas who said that.
Yeah.
If I hit you in the nose, I think you'd go clang." And then he hits him in the nose, and it goes clang, and you're like, "Yay!" That was that. I mean, there were chuckly moments like that throughout this one. It was actually truly enjoyable, and and hilarious in
It
places.
was it was it was hilarious, but it was also dark as well.
Yeah,
Very dark.
yeah, yeah,
But I like that. You can have humor and you can have dark, and it works so well together.
yeah.
So,
Agreed. So I haven't heard much of Thomas Brewster's stories. I'm still, you know, early days digging through the first 50. But I'd
and
like go ahead.
as I said, and we're doing this one, his last one.
And we're doing his last one. Yes, but they uh, they did the. I mean, I really enjoyed the character, and I know that the character had a lot of adventures because of the way Maggie. I'm sorry, the way Evelyn Smythe had sort of like corralled him and tried to, you know, focus him and stuff like that. That was awesome, and she's such a great professor, teacher. You know,
Mm.
she's amazing, and Maggie really rocked it. And let's see,
I
the
don't I, I don't know. I might be wrong, but this might be Maggie's last audio she did, to be honest. Because I know she did a, a Death in the Family before this. So chronologically, would be her last story. But I think this is the last thing she recorded. Was this story, if I'm not mistaken?
oh
But I could be wrong.
well, I wouldn't know, but
Yeah.
very cool, great actress. And
Oh yeah,
Colin
yeah.
and Colin, had some awesome companion, or the Doctor had some awesome companions through the Sixth Doctor era. There was, Charlie, and then there was like um, Evelyn and Flip and just so many others. Perry, of course, and
Flip and
yeah, Philippa,
Constant. Yeah, yeah.
Connie,
Constance. Yeah.
Constance, yeah, yeah. So, um, pretty amazing time, and so, and I also like the fact um, that the TARDIS got stolen halfway through the story again.
It always does.
I love it when the TARDIS ends up in the north of England and gets ripped off. I think that's kind of funny. Like like it like it really is sort of a treasure to people in Yorkshire or Lancashire or whatever. Anyway, so anything else?
No, it's just it's good, gritty, full of humour and dark, and the story. I mean, what is it? It's what, nearly an hour and 20 minutes. It passes so quickly. It doesn't drag, um, and the cast works so well together on this. So, but for me personally, it's Hugh Ross as Robert Stretton who sort of steals this story. The character of Robert Stretton, from becoming from man to whatever he is, a mechanical man thing, beast. The change in that is just so, but he plays it so calmly, so calmly. It's really good acting that. But big thumbs up to all the other actors in this, though. So, I mean, I did like the where I can't remember the character, but beginning of the story, the one who sort of the nasty charge hand. When they said, "Oh, he's had an accident, he's lost some fingers," like this, blah. Oh well, we'll have to deduct his hours, we'll have to deduct the pay and all that. Get him back to work. This nasty guy, so well played, but he got his comeuppance in the end. Early on in the story, which was quite good. Sort of like snide character, but every story has got a character like that, I suppose. But very good acting.
Yeah.
So
And I'm glad we've got the sound result with you because you sound great, Lee. Just so you know, and we and uh, look forward to tomorrow's cast as well to talk about some more of the Industrial Revolution.
mm,
uh, Tomorrow is Mark of the Rani, like we were saying, and I I see now the connection. Thanks, Lee. Um,
I
what
didn't see the connection when I chose it.
random
Serendipity.
serendipity? What's your final say and score then?
I've always said, I mean, this is Thomas Brewster's last story to date, as far as I can remember. Um, but you don't really have to listen to his story really in order. I mean, as we jumped on to listening to this one, you could jump on and listen to this
Yeah,
without really knowing his backstory. So with most of these Big Finish stories, you can jump on at any point. I mean, some do have a story arc, and that's usually the box sets now, but these standalone sort of things, you don't really have to, so you can just jump on at any time, and it's a good one to jump onto if you like this sort of thing. If you like dark humour, gritty northern drama, this is the one for you. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyable. Shall I score it now?
yeah, sure. Why not? Sounds good.
There's nothing I can really say bad about it. So for that reason, it's getting 10 pistons out of 10.
That's awesome. That's a really good score for you, Lee. That's probably one of the highest you've given in
Well,
recent memory.
I can't fault anything from it, so it has to get a 10.
Yeah. And I will concur with Lee because it is truly amusing. Uh, it is dark. It is really got some like punches to metal faces type grit, and and it's it is always good to listen to Evelyn Smythe. She's a, she is wonderful, and she and the Sixth Doctor have had have in the universe had in such in production values had such chemistry. Wow, it's good. Like really awesome actors with chops.
Mm.
And so 10 out of 10s for this whole industrial evolution. And do check your garden for alien technology because it could turn into your neighbors and or it could just be eating your neighbors. You never could tell.
True.
And thanks for watching. Please stay tuned this weekend for Mark of the Rani and another sort of dark story, Vampire Hunter D. Um, and yeah, and like and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to receive notification of our our premieres and comment below all your love for the 6E, all your love for Dr. Smythe, all your love for that. Just fill that comment box and we'll respond and look forward to another fortnight. We'll come back with some more audio heads and thanks
And
for watching.
it's going to be a seventh Doctor, by the way.
Oh yes, that's correct. Bye bye.